But one thing that every person has in common here tonight, and at every university, all of your friends, is the question, how am I going to be happy? How am I truly going to be happy in my life? And Aristotle and others have talked about this, and there's what is known as the 4 levels of happiness that they talk about. And real quickly, those 4 levels of happiness start off with number 1, immediate gratification. We do something and we receive immediate gratification, and there's a sense of happiness, and there's a sense of kind of joy in our life. And that immediate gratification might be a steak. Texas steak. Kansas City. Omaha. Duluth. Okay. But there's a sense of satisfaction. You eat a steak and you go, that makes me happy. But then if you have steak for every single day for the next year, you're going to be so sick of steak. And at one time it made you happy, but you became uncomfortable with it. You didn't want steak anymore. There has to be more than steak. And so it drives you to another level of happiness called the second level, which is personal achievement or ego. And that is that if I really achieve something and I acquire that job, or I get that plaque for the most sales or whatever it is, that'll make me happy. And just like steak is given to us by God, or vegetables or whatever, food is given to us by God, so is this desire to do something with our lives. And there's a certain amount of satisfaction that comes when we achieve something. But after a while, so many plaques on the wall don't do it. I could tell you the number of people that I've talked to in their offices that sat at their desks crying, and they were depressed, and they had plaques on the wall all behind them. And they were saying to me, there's got to be more to life than this. And there is. And so people move to the third level of achieving happiness, which is good beyond yourself. And that's where the steak doesn't do it, the plaques don't do it, so you start to do things for other people. And a number of years ago, Oprah Winfrey made this really big with this idea of random acts of kindness, where you go through a toll booth and you pay for the guy behind you. And you look in your rearview mirror and he's waving, thank you, and you feel good, you did something for somebody else. But after a while, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. And that leads us to that fourth level of happiness, which Aristotle and others talk about, and that is the ultimate good, or what we would call union with God. That in your education, there is immediate gratification in things, and there is personal achievement, and there also is philanthropy and giving of yourself to the world, but there's something beyond all of that. If you stop at instant gratification, or you stop at personal achievement or philanthropy, there will always be something missing in your life. And that something missing is union with God. And so one of the things I want to really focus you on this evening is this idea that if you're going to be happy in life and you're going to really be fulfilled in God's purpose for you in your life, then we have to be focused on Jesus Christ and His goals for our life. And Jesus came 2,000 years ago, and He accomplished the will of His Father, and He did everything according to John chapter 17 and verse 4. He said, Father, I accomplished everything that you sent me to accomplish. So the key to Jesus' life was His focus on the Father, and the key to our lives is going to be not the steak, even though that's good, not the personal achievement, even though that's good, not the philanthropy, even though that's wonderful, but it's going to be all these things in union with Christ, focused on Christ, one audience, one passion, one love, and that is Jesus Christ.